Hello. I believe I am live. It is exciting. I haven't been live for a little while now. And the last time I tried to do writing sprints, it was kind of a disaster because I tried to mix it up and use a unique timer. And it basically made my whole computer crash in the middle of the stream. So that was great. But today is exciting because I am probably going to be finishing editing my book today. I worked on it a lot yesterday and did I think I did like 2 or 3 streams, live streams, writing sprints. That's what I was looking for. And I got it down to all I have to complete is 9.5 pages, which I typically on a 2-hour stream get like anywhere from 8 to 12 pages done. So I'm pretty sure I will be able to get through this no problem. Let's see. It says I'm live. I don't think I am. Yeah. Just making sure because StreamYard can be kind of difficult to tell. But yeah, so I am excited to get going today. I really want to do a lot and get a lot done. Yes, we can. We got this. Do you have any goals today, Jules? Like any word count goals you want to do during the stream? Yeah, I know that, but I couldn't was worried that I just wasn't live, period. Like I knew I wasn't. I know about the 10-second lag, but I just want to make sure that I was actually live. So now you've confirmed it, so I'm happy about that. All right, I think I'm gonna do it your way, Jules, and just start with a 15-minute sprint because that is a good idea. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, 1.5 scenes. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. I think you'll be able to do it just fine. You got this. Alrighty. Let me see. Share my screen. Alrighty. Are you ready? All right. Ready, set, go. All right, T. That is the end of that 15-minute sprint. Let's see what I got. Looks like I did 1.5 pages of editing. I will admit that it's a little bit different doing your own stream rather than watching someone else's. There's more responsibility, I guess, and it's a weird feeling to feel like I don't know. It's just different. But 1.5 isn't terrible. It takes me down to, I think 8 pages left to complete. That's exciting. How did you do, Jules? I'm excited about the scene I'm in. It's like a lot to describe, so I had a trouble writing it, but this is like the second time I've edited it. Second or third time, I've lost count. But let's see. Woohoo! 415 words. That's awesome. I know. I'm so excited. Like yesterday, I ended up leaving a writing sprint like halfway through because I was getting so close to finishing, but my brain was just turning to goo. And so I was like, I can't do anymore. I was like, maybe I can finish it before my live stream today and work on something else today, but it would have been bad. But so that means that you have like one scene left, right? Yeah, it's true. I don't know, even I think I get distracted even when I'm like working. I feel, I don't know, like it's almost like someone's watching you. And there's this, like, I don't know, like the first time I did a sprint, I realized, like my own sprint, I realized that sometimes I make weird faces while writing and editing. Like, especially if I'm trying to describe a facial expression, I will mimic it on my own face to figure out how to describe it. And so I got conscientious of making faces, I guess. So it's like this awareness of being filmed, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Boo grain. I almost said boo grain. Boo grain. Oh, goodness. Yeah. I still kind of have one this morning, I think because it's raining outside. And so there's a certain level of grogginess. But so if I like can't talk, I'm blaming it on that. I'm not blaming it on my own issues with talking. Okay. Scene in a short paragraph. You're doing a great job. So I think the last time on one of your streams you said you had like 60K words or something like that right now. So have you ever said what like your goal is for your overall word count or anything? Maybe I just can't remember, but because I would love, I mean, 60K, it's getting up there in length. So Just wondering if you had a goal in mind for your whole project. Yeah, you do the same thing with your expressions. Yeah. I mean, there's certain stuff that like I'm conscious, like now I'm like aware and nervous about touching my face at all or moving, or it's weird. It's a weird feeling. And you really think like, oh, what's the big deal if you like make weird faces or whatever, but when it's you doing it, it's like you're just nervous about it. I don't know. It's funny. Cause I mean, when I'm on sprints, people make faces or drink their water or scratch their nose, and I don't think twice about it if I even see it because I'm working. So it's like, who cares? But when I'm doing it, it's like I overthink everything. I just overthink everything. That's all. Oh, okay. We originally thought it'd be between 80 and 90K to top that range. Yeah, yeah. I once got told that a fantasy book should be no shorter than 120K words, and I was like, that's insane. And if you actually look on a lot of traditionally published like publishers, before I decided to go self-publishing, I did a lot of research for traditional when I was just still deciding. And they all, like all the agents, and they say that they really prefer around 80K. So you're right in there. You're doing great on that front. I don't know if you have decided what route you're going for this particular book. I know you've said you want to do sort of hybrid, but I also like, since I am self-published, it's like I could not care less about industry like standards, I guess. Like if it's a fantasy, it needs to be this length, or it's like just tell the story the way it's supposed to be, which I get for traditional publishing, but for self-publishing, it's you can break the rules. Yeah, definitely overthinkers. And I always do, like, I didn't notice your calendar when you had the calendar messed up, but I totally noticed your sarcasm society, National Sarcasm Society. I think that's what it says. I notice it every single time on your streams because I love it. And it's actually made me like, it's funny, but like I've been sarcastic with you. Like the other day I joked with you about dawdling, and I feel like I can do that because I see you have that sign. Like, because some people don't get sarcasm, but okay. You're not sure what you'll end up with after the editing rounds. Oh, I guess I can change this now. Since you want to add so much, you're afraid the number may climb. Yeah, that's always the risk. His advice, Stephen King's advice, cut 10% every time you edit and revise. Yeah. I don't know. I also sometimes think my first couple drafts are like I tend to underwrite. Like the one I'm working on right now, I initially had it with another part of the story. I had like combined two parts. And so each of them was only like 30, 35K. And then to combine, they were like a, typical book size, I guess. But, my editor was like, even after I added a bunch, she was like, this scene's too easy. Like the hero has it too easy. And I'm like, oh, they're my babies. I don't want to make it hard for them, but you kind of gotta. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, so with my underwriting, I kind of feel like, well, I definitely do cut things. I kind of feel like I always need to add more because of the way my particular style with writing. I tend to, when I'm actually writing, like, as I stated in my first or second publishing, things I learned from my second book, I tend to rush through stuff. So I tend to get overexcited, and I kind of think I'm maturing out of that. But I get so excited about where the story's going and what's going on that I tend not to write in details or descriptions, probably as well as I should. And that causes me to basically, underwrite. Walmart. Good old Walmart. Oh, nice. That is great. That's great. I would totally get that from you and my dad too. We're the same way. Nice. Smarty Pantsimus. Love it. It's funny what people notice. Like in videos, like you talked about my sloth, which you can kind of see right there. Right there. That's actually a gift from my best friend. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. But she got me matching sloths for Valentine's Day. And so when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, she saw the sloth. Made me happy. Alrighty, I'm talking too much, but that's okay. It's all right. Gotta get used to the balance. I always feel like I'm not talking enough, and then I talk, and then I feel like I talk too much. So get used to it. I got this. Alrighty, let's see. Timer. What do you want to do? Hi, Sloth. Her name is Moondust. If you want to remember that. Let's see. Oh, I was going to ask, did you want to do a particular time? I like the funny times. So do you have any funny times suggestions? Waiting 10 seconds, man. Makes me nervous. I'm not seeing anything yet, so maybe you don't care. Because sometimes, like, oh, you did say something. Woohoo! 2513. Is that? That's not. No, I thought that was a reference, but maybe I'm just forgetting the number. Because I thought that was a Monsters Inc. reference. Waiting in silence sucks. Yes. Just talking to the void, just to hear. I know you almost like feel like you have to. Otherwise, it's like you feel like you're being a bad host or something. I don't know. All right. 2513. Another sprint. In 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. That sprint is done. Let's see how I did. I felt like I did good at that time. I just finished a chapter, so that was good. I got about 3.5 pages done that time, which is pretty great for halfway through my timer going wonky. Every time I left the tab for the timer, it went halfway up. So thank you for telling me that, because I wasn't sure if how it looked on StreamYard was actually how it was showing. I was kind of hoping that it wasn't, but I don't know. I don't know what its problem is, but I just reconfigured things on my 2 screens and figured out how to have it showing. So that's good. Let's see how you did. 504 words. You realize that the notes you had for chapter 21, scene 2, were already included in the previous scene, so you can move on. Wow, that's awesome. Something like that. It's very little. Let's see, 1.5, 2, 3, 3.5. Actually, that'd be, I missed a half, so I think that'd be 4. And then, so that'd be 5. Yeah, 5 pages left. That is awesome. 5 pages. I'm not ending this dream until I'm done. I really am. And I just, it's all coming together. And I think all I have left, I have like 1.5 pages until I'm working on the epilogue, if that tells you anything. So that is so exciting. I've been working on this for so long. It's going to be so nice to feel done and completed with it. So you said that you can move on. So does that mean that you already reached your goal since you realized that you already included it? Because that would be awesome. Yeah. Let's see. And the scene I just finished makes me so happy because it's a happy scene. Because, you know, happy endings. Family getting reunited, basically. Oh, probably shouldn't have said that, but oh well. Well, you know, you'll probably forget it, but if you ever read my book, and you won't know who I'm talking about, what family, you know, is reunited. So I'll just, you know, let's see. And you need to add another note for your second draft. Familiar? Keeps disappearing until it's convenient. Yeah, that's the thing, is I always feel like I want to go easy on my characters because a lot of them are they're already troubled. And so I kind of want to make it easy on them because I don't want to put them through anymore. They're already traumatized. But things happening when it's just convenient is so annoying. That is true. As I think I mentioned in one of my videos, literally I had a character that hurt his ankle because he fell. And it was a serious thing at the time when it was convenient, why he couldn't do something because of his ankle. And then when it was inconvenient, it was like, he's running on it. And I was like, reading back, I was like, oh, crud. Like, no, that can't work like that. So that was a lot. So things becoming inconvenient and convenient. Edits. Wow. Writing a note for it shouldn't take you that long, right? Unless you are really particular about your handwriting or whatever. And I'm assuming you're typing. It just takes a little while, but if you can also think about what time you want to do next. I think I like around. I feel like 20 is too short, 20 minutes. But 25 is really good, and anywhere between like upwards of 20. Above 30s, probably too much. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, anywhere from 21 to 29 or 30. It's just got like 2 of them at once. Okay. 8 chapters from the end. That's awesome. That's barely anything. Like in the long scheme of things, that's really not that much. How much do you typically have a goal of how many words per chapter you try to do? Because then you can just say, hey, I have these many words left, approximately, and that'll be fun. Because then you can also calculate how many. I know typically how you record your word count, so you can figure out how many days it's going to take according to your word count for you to finish. So close. Oh, that'd be awesome if you were able to finish it during a live stream so we can all celebrate together. You're finishing it. No. 28. All right. I will do 28. I like that. Backwards and forwards. Balanced. Hopefully this time it doesn't wig out on me and decide to cut off. I think comments are taking a long time to load because either that or it just feels like it probably just feels like it's forever. But I gotta say, it's so much fun having you here. So thank you for joining me. Because all my other live streams, I was literally just talking to myself. So that's why they only lasted like 30 minutes, because I was so awkward and so nervous and just talking to no one. So you being here is amazing. Let's see. Oh, your scenes range from 1 to 2K. And most of your chapters have 3 scenes. Okay. Although some of the chapters only have 1 long scene. That makes sense. Yeah, you're definitely gonna finish this month. Like, I think so. I'm so happy though, because my goal was to finish editing at the end of the month, and I'm finishing like so early. So I can actually move on and try to get a grip on my goals for June so that I'm really, really prepared for Camp Nano in July. So that is really good news. And maybe I can actually take time off. That'd be great. Because I'm hopefully gonna, since I'm finishing up 1 here, I'll hopefully start a rapid release schedule, and I know I'll probably have no time once I start that. So no time to dawdle. I had to. Oh, I was gonna tell you, I used the word dawdle like purposely the other day because I had something else. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna edit this and put dawdle in just for Jules. Just for fun, because I mean, you are right now a really, really big part of my writing, so I had to. Let's see. You're trying to decide if you want to do revisions in camp or if you want to draft book too. Yeah. I worked on in April's camp. I did revisions for this one. Not the draft I'm working on now, but a previous draft. So, yeah, it's pretty great. For the actual like November one is I would not, I probably would not use for revisions, but camps are great for that. But I'm trying to do set up a rapid release schedule. We'll see if I'm able to, but with that, I'm like setting around writing during different nano events. So if that makes sense. So kind of using those as fuel to write the first drafts or 0 drafts or whatever you want to call them. I tend to plot, so I call them first. Yay! It is a fun word. I do like it. It's for the kind of theming of my world, it sounds and feels a lot better than like procrastination. Because that seems like, I don't know, procrastination seems like a very, compared to like the fun medieval fantasy theme I kind of have going, it's not, I don't know, it's not playful enough, because I typically try to make things playful, especially in dialogue, and it was a dialogue. And I don't know, procrastination sounds almost too clinical. I don't know how to describe it, but it worked better than what, I don't think I even had procrastination, but I didn't want to use procrastination. So it worked better than whatever I had. So thank you. Alrighty, are we ready to start the next sprint? Because let's see, it's 2:12. So I'm not, I mean, you can leave whenever, but I'm not going to quit until I'm done editing this. So we may go past 3 depending on how quickly I'm able to do it. Though only having like 5 left, I may only take like 2 more sprints, which may totally fit with the time amount to end at 3. So who knows? But let's just get going. So mosine is also a good word. Should we do 2757? Ooh, that's next. Okay, I'm gonna write that down so I don't have to ask you next time. Okay, I haven't written down I'll use it. I won't have to ask you and wait for your response. Alrighty. I think this is our third sprint. Yeah, I think it's our third sprint. All right, I'm going now. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Okay, another sprint done. Woohoo! Let's see how many I got. I'm in the epilogue now. So I got about three pages done, which means I have like 2 pages, like 2 pages left. Only 2. How did you do, Jules? I just thought for a moment I was still muted. I was like, oh crap. But I'm not. So that's good. Can't believe I only have 2 left. Ugh. Just an epilogue. Crazy. And then I have to figure out what in the heck I'm doing next, because I know what projects I'm working on, but I need to figure out the details of that, I guess. I have another thing that I just need to add scenes for, so still editing. But I really kind of don't want to do editing right away after finishing this one. So I was kind of thinking of taking a break for like a week of editing and working on another project, which I was kind of planning on doing the editing and this project at the same time. And that project is rewrites, because the whole thing needs to be rewritten. But oh, yes, Pro and epilogue, yeah. So you have 8 chapters left and a prologue and epilogue. That's really not that bad. Honestly, I think you'll be able to get it by the end of the month. So if you keep doing writing sprints, I mean, especially then, you'll fly through them. And now that I feel better, now that I have you, basically, I feel better about doing live streams. So I'll probably do more too. But there's lots of live streams to join. So you should be able to breeze through it, honestly. And then jump into your second draft. 701. Wow, that's good. That's impressive. Okay, you're well into the confrontation between the main character and the enemy scout, who reveal info about his parents. Ooh, that's always fun when they can like taunt them. I know something you don't about you. That's great. So maybe, possibly, a family reunion in the books for you too. Maybe, or maybe he won't want to reunite with his parents. Could be. Could be. I guess I'll just have to wait to find out, huh? So yeah. That's exciting stuff. Are you having fun writing it? Because I feel like it would be pretty fun to write that. While I wait, I will reset the timer for 27:57. It almost makes me the lag almost makes me want to pull up YouTube and see your comments live. But like I need one more tab up for my poor computer to deal. Probably not. Although I could do it on my phone and just mute the video. Sheesh. Yeah, it seems to take a long time, and then I'll get like 2 or 3 all at once, which is so annoying. They can't just space it out. They have to just, ugh. Yeah, see, I just got like a couple. Okay, you're debating between having the reunion in this book or if it should happen in book 2. Kind of want it to happen in this book to make it be able to stand on its own. That's a good point. Yeah, I hate when there's so many things left unsaid and undone and unknown in a book, and you have to read the next one to figure things out, which, I mean, that's kind of a series, right? But at the same time, it should be at least somewhat tidy in a book and have some things solved. But at the same time, depending on how interesting you make that reunion, I'm just saying, you totally could prolong it and lead up to it, just build it up. You're having a bucket load of fun. That's so good. I'm so happy. I imagine that type of dialogue and scene would be a lot of fun, even though you've said that dialogue isn't your best, or you have issues with it, or I would imagine that's super fun no matter what. You realize that if you revealed one of the masterminds earlier than you thought. Oh. So there won't be as much of a surprise in the last 2 chapters. Dun, dun, dun. But you have another antagonist waiting in the wings. Ooh, lurking in the shadows. I see. That's very good. Then I'm thinking about it, I kind of have all of mine out in the open, villain-wise, but they're not really supposed to be like secret. It's kind of the whole premise of my book is flipping usual tropes on its head. So typically the villains are, lurking, especially in fantasy, like they're hidden secret. You look at Harry Potter, right? But in mine, it's like the heroes have to hide because they're the outcasts of society. So, though I will say I read a book that kind of did what you are doing with layering villains and hiding them. And so first they were just like bad guys were orcs, impossible invading orcs, and then it was it's the city mayor. It wasn't called mayor because it was a fantasy novel, but the equivalent of. And then it was like, no, it's actually it was governor. That's the word they used. And then it was like, well, no, it's actually this. And so that was really interesting, and I really liked the way, because it was pretty realistic. If you're trying to do a certain quest, it seems like, conspiracy, if you're doing a conspiracy, it would be super layered like that. And they would all be after you, and they would all be bad. So I like that. Although, don't worry, the rest of the book is totally different from what you have described. So don't worry, you're not copying anything or anything, Parent-child reunion. Okay. I've never heard of these authors or this series. We'll have to look it up. Climatic battle. Ooh, that is interesting. You think that they wouldn't have to establish independence if they literally just got reunited, unless there was more in the backstory, you know, where they were separated, but they were very close before, and he didn't have independence or something. But interesting. Owl Knight. That sounds interesting. If you recommend, I will look it up. Although you kind of did just give me the spoiler, but I'll still enjoy it, right? Joust. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's a series within a series? Because didn't you say that Owl Knight was its... Yeah, you said it's a series. So it's like a series within a series? Because I'm kind of planning on doing that. In a way. Not really. No, connected series is what I'm planning on doing. A series within a series is interesting. I'm just planning on having 2 different series that are set in the same world, basically. But I wonder what it would be like to have a series within a series. Okay. Cool. I wrote it down and the author's name, so I will look into it if you recommend it. I'm always looking for more books, even though I have like 3,000 books in my Goodreads to read shelf. But I don't think enough of them are very interesting fantasy series. So, because I like to read way too many genres of books, so I find that when it comes to fantasy, I can be kind of picky. I really don't care for urban fantasy that much. And that seems to be the real, like, popular thing nowadays. So, main character's parents are teleported away in a freak magic storm. Ooh. He grows up independently from them. Parents still see him as a child when they meet again. That makes sense. I knew there had to be more context. I knew it. Because I was like, why does he need to be independent? He's been independent this whole time. Gotcha. So he's let them know that he's a grown-up by the time he meets him again. Makes sense. Lots changed since you got taken away, man. Yeah. Which is nice. I like that because that's a real life for every parent and child. If you have the best of relationships, you're still gonna have to go through changeover when you're becoming an adult, or when your child becomes an adult. But I'm not a parent, so I only know from the child's experience. Alrighty, well, I think I want to finish editing my book, so let's do another sprint, shall we? Alrighty, 27:57-minute sprint. In 3, 2, 1. And that is that for the final sprint. I finished my editing. I did it. I'm so happy and excited. I did it about, I think at like 11-minute mark into the sprint. So I started just kind of getting my stuff ready to start on the outline for my rewrites for the next project. But then my cousin started messaging me, so I got distracted by that. So I am excited to hear how you did, Jules. And also it looked like Wade popped in, so that's cool. I don't think he's here, but if he is, hey Wade, thanks for popping in. Yeah, thank you. It's very exciting. Also nerve-wracking, because then now I actually have to possibly share my writing, which I kind of already have once with my editor, but you know, sharing it more, I guess, and eventually possibly publishing it. Not possibly, I am going to. I just have to, you know, overcome my fear. But which I know you know about, Jules, because you did a whole video on that. And it was awesome and very relatable. So let's see. You got 590 words at sprint. You finished chapter 22 and started on the first scene of chapter 23. Awesome. That is awesome. Great job. Ooh. Wow. Almost close to 79K. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. You do great. Because that's actually 595. It's actually a lower number for you. Because typically you get back in what you said that okay, maybe not, maybe I was wrong, but sharing is scary. Yeah, really scary. It's and you know it's weird, like, because kind of how I've said before, I published 2 books. Like, oh, it should be no big deal, just publish a third. That was literally like several years ago now, and I have become an adult since then and have learned so much, and I feel like the expectations are much higher. No one really expected me to make a career out of that, out of, you know, publishing when I was a teen. But now it's like, do you make enough money to live off of your books? Like, that's the first thing they, oh, you're an author, do you make enough money? It's like, I don't ask you about your financial situations. Why are you asking me? It's really none of your business. But just overall pressure now. And now that because everyone was very approving when I was a teen, like, oh, that's so amazing. But now it's like, you're an adult, you should not be pursuing this. Like, this is a pipe dream. Let it go. Do something else. It's like, you get really random numbers. Sometimes you get near 900 and sometimes you only get 300. I get it. Brain goes sideways. Yeah. I was trying to, like, because typically I thought you typically get like 700 for 25, but yeah, you're right. Things happen and you get distracted, and like my cousin's messaging me. Probably shouldn't have my phone near me during these things. But, you know, I did a pretty good job ignoring them for 99% of the sprint. But when I finished, I was like, what are they saying? So I totally get it. And sometimes your brain just like, your brain says, I need more time. I need more time to process this sentence or to write this paragraph. We have to let it, So, well, we have your sprint tomorrow at 1, and I'm always excited for that. It really kind of helps to get into a schedule, I guess, like a routine. We all want to know if it's possible. True. And I know it's possible. I just, the other day, did a whole research into this author that actually one of my cousins got me into. Her name is Cam Shea, and she is an indie author that only publishes on Amazon. And I did the math, and she makes a good amount of money every year. And she talks about that this is her full-time job and she can support herself and stuff. And she's been doing it for a while. Yes, Wednesday, 1 p.m. I love sprinting with you. It's really helped me. I know it's really helped you, but it's really helped me too with getting progress done. So, but anyways, yeah, I was looking into Cam Shea, and she totally makes a whole living based off of writing and self-publishing her books. So I'm like really hopeful after researching that. So, well, I finished. Still kind of can't believe it, and I still have to figure out what's next for it. I will probably, I guess, send it to some beta readers, but also kind of nervous about that again. But yeah, I have a couple of people lined up for beta, but I'm trying to decide how many. I know there's people that are willing, but I'm like, how many do I want to go through it and who I'm gonna allow? Because like my last video, I'm pretty picky about who I'm taking advice from, So, yes, writing buddies and schedule. It's true. Very true. Thank you. And congratulations to you. You're about to hit 79K, right? Am I blanking out on this? Oh, yeah, totally missed this comment. So many people have a secret desire to make a living doing something creative, but the pipe dream conversation happens so often that most people are discouraged from trying. It's so true. I've had several instances of people I was close to, like good family friends, and one in particular that was a lifelong family friend, sit me down and was like, don't do this. She actually told me to change my dream. I was like, that's not a thing. Or it shouldn't be. And then also trying to get my parents to not help me or not be supportive of me. Not fun. Not fun at all. Anyways, I don't want to take up too much of your time chatting, but thank you so much for coming, Jules, and for helping me, because I tried the live streams and just talking to myself wasn't cool, wasn't fun. So you coming and being a part of it means a lot, and has made it a lot better. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow, and have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk again tomorrow, like I said. And I guess I'm going to sign off however you do that. Awkward. Okay. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye, Jules, and anyone else that watches this later. Bye.